Now let's move towards another question. Question number 5, which consists of two parts, 5A, 5B, of theory of computation and some paper. Okay. So let's see question number 5. Question number 5. Take suitable example to demonstrate the following: leftmost derivative, rightmost derivative, derivative tree, and ambiguous grammar. So leftmost derivative. A derivative is said to be leftmost if in each step the leftmost variable is the sentential form is replaced. That is, the derivative as plain star belongs to string is called a leftmost derivative when the leftmost variable is replaced at each step in that derivative. Rightmost derivative. A derivation is said to be the rightmost if in each step the rightmost variable in the sentential form is replaced. That is, derivative a star in a string is called the rightmost derivative when the rightmost variable is replaced at each step in the derivative. What is derivation tree? So let G equal to VTPS be a context free grammar. Okay. So an ordered tree is derivative tree for G if it has the following property. A derivative tree can have the if the tree has the following property, then that tree is called derivative tree. What are those property? Let's see. The root of the derivative tree is S. Each and every leaf of the tree has a label from T union epsilon. Each and every interior vertex has a label from V. If a vertex has label A belongs to V and its children are labeled as A1, A2, A3 and so An, then P must contain a production of the form A can be written as A1, A2, An. A leaf labeled epsilon has no sibling, that is, a vertex with the child label epsilon can have no other children. Ambiguous grammar. A grammar G that produces more than one parse tree. For some sentences, W of LG is said to be an ambiguous. That is, if a grammar has more than one parse tree of a sentence, then that grammar is called as ambiguous. So context-free grammar G is said to be ambiguous if there exists some string that belongs to language which has at least two distinct derivative string. Ambiguity implies that the word W has more than one leftmost derivatives or more than one rightmost derivative. Let's see question number 5B parts, in which we have to determine what is a non-deterministic Turing machine, deterministic Turing machine, and linear bound automata. So a non-deterministic Turing machine is theoretical model of computation that exists the capability of deterministic Turing machine. In deterministic Turing machine, which it has only a single transition for each step for each input symbol. An NTM can have multiple transition for state for given symbol. In DTM we have only single transition for each state, but in NDTM we can have multiple possible transition. In each step of computation, an NDP can expose multiple possible computation paths simultaneously. Q is final set of NTM is 7 tuple, which is Q, input alphabet, tape alphabet, transition function, start symbol, accepted symbol, and rejected symbol. In which Q is finite set of state, epsilon is input alphabet. This is a tape alphabet which include alphabet as a subset, and it is a transition table where each transition is a set of possible transition for state Q and input symbol A. Q0 is the start symbol, Q accept is accept state, Q reject is the reject state. Now let's see what is deterministic Turing machine. So a deterministic Turing machine is classical model. Non-deterministic Turing machine was theoretical model, whereas deterministic Turing machine is classical model, in which the machine's behavior is determined by single transition, and for each input symbol there is each input symbol in each step. So in deterministic Turing machine there is no ambiguity in machine's behavior. Okay. Formally, a deterministic Turing machine is defined similarly to non-deterministic Turing machine, but the transition function can consist of exactly one transition for each state Q and input symbol A. So deterministic Turing machine are often used to model computation in practice scenarios due to their deterministic nature and ease of analysis. Now let's see what is linear bound automata. So linear bound automata is a restricted form of Turing machine where a tape is bounded by input symbol. In linear bound automata, the tape cannot move beyond the boundaries of input symbol. A linear bound automata is equivalent in power to Turing machine, but it is more restricted in terms of tape usage. So formally, a linear bound automata is defined as similarly to a Turing machine, but the tape head is limited move within a certain range of cell relative to the input size. Linear bond automata are often used in the study of formal languages and computational complexity due to their equivalence to Turing machine and their simpler structure. So, this definition provides an overall overview of three important types of Turing machine. Thank you.